This is exercise 2 in section 5, and again, the real reason for this exercise is to show you how to attach a, in this case, a Microsoft project schedule to Navisworks Timeliner. So the schedule that you've been given in Microsoft Project is a schedule called Exercise 2 schedule. It looks something like this. When you're given the Exercise 5.2 Navisworks file, it looks like this. What we have to do is, again, develop footing lines 1, 2, and 3. So again, there's several ways you can do this. I'll click and highlight them there, choose Save Selection, and say footing line 1, and then I'll do this again, and again Save Selection, called footing line 2, and do the third one there, Save Selection, called it footing line 3, and then what we'll do here is do the same thing with the columns. Click the 4 columns, Save Selection, called column line 1, go to the second column line, highlight the 4 columns, Save Selection, column line 2, and finally the last column line on this, Save Selection, column line 3. Okay, the last selection is the framing. So what I'll do here is just highlight the whole thing out of the selection tree, say Save Selection, and call that beams. And again, you can go back to the project schedule. You'll notice that I had footing line 1, 2, and 3, column line 1, 2, and 3, and beams. And again, the schedule already contains all the logic. All right, so we're pretty good with all that. I can click the Timeliner button. Okay, and as I click the Timeliner button over here, I can go to Data Sources, and under Data Sources I can choose Add, and you'll notice that I have Microsoft Project. Again, most people will have this 2007 to 2013. I'll select the file that I have and say Open. Okay. Now, in this case with Microsoft Project, there's really nothing else to do here, so I can say OK. All right. And once I have this, what I can do is just say refresh. All data sources will allow this to stay on rebuild task hierarchy. Okay, and that's sort of linked the schedule to the actual Navisworks file. If I go back to task now, that you notice I've now linked together the schedule with all the tasks now. Okay, and that they are actually given durations that are reflective of the durations in the schedule. Okay, so really with that, you can see, all I want to do with here is go down through here and task type. You have several options, but I think it's always good to say construct. Okay, and this is really just something so when the Timeliner starts, and other than that, really, you can attach. Well, here's actually what we want to do. So go down through here, and we can attach the set. Well, here, what I'll do here is I'll say footing. Let me take that off there. We'll say footing line 1, attach set, footing line 1. Go down here, attach set, footing line 2. Go down here, attach set, footing line 3, and do the same thing with the columns. Attach set, column line 1. Attach set, column line 2. Attach set, column line 3. And finally, attach set, beams. Okay? So now really we've got the schedule and the different sets that we've created tied into our timeliner. So now, I mean, really we should be able to go to simulate, and we should be able to, I'll pull this down so we can see this a little bit better. You can see that the column lines, or the footing line 1 is coming in. We've got the columns being built. Okay. Now, again, so we see it run. Let's bring that back to the very beginning. And really, you know, I mean, for the timeliner, it all looks pretty good. Footings, then the columns on top of the footings, second row of footings, second column line, third row of footings, third column line, and then the beams after that. And the only thing that, you know, you could probably, you might say, is that, you know, when you are constructing column lines, you know, 2 and 3, it's not like necessarily you'd wait to have the columns on the footings being installed before the actual second row of footings or second line of footings. So see, the only thing that really seems illogical here is the columns are built, now you move on to the second line of footings, now the second columns are built, now you move on to the third row of footings. And that's probably not really the way it would work. I mean, you can stagger footings, of course, but it seems like you'd probably be building those second row of footings maybe at the same time the first line of columns are showing up.